Welcome back to Rhino's Restomods. So if you've probably seen by now, you've seen the title of the video, which is I love it when a plan comes together. So it's a little bit hard to say, I guess, because my plan was never really to work on this Nomad. So just to give you a little rundown, a little catch up on where we're at and what's going on is this Nomad, 56 Nomad came up for sale. And again, I've been chasing it for a couple years as a bucket list item. So, I've been trying to just clean it up, put it away. So I'm about at the point where I've made it a roller. We got a little bit of work to do on the rear wheels because they rubbed. And again, it was from really more not the fact that I didn't know, but I didn't check. I really didn't plan very well. I just needed a set of wheels and threw some on there. So it was pretty obvious when people started pointing out in the comments that I didn't check the offset on the wheels. So we got a little bit of work there to do just to make it a solid roller, not damaging the rear fenders or anything like that. But what I was going to talk about today and show you is we're go ahead and work that out on the rear wheels, but then also what was the real plan? So I actually had a plan for winter coming up. Like I said, I was going to wash this the other day. I'll insert a couple videos of my poor planning. And what happened that day is kind of funny. We're in Ohio, so like I said, it was 80, or not 80, but probably 70 degrees last week, and now it's below freezing and snow and rain, and so I just didn't get to it in time. And then when there was time, the weather wasn't cooperating. And like I said, in my garage, I don't have really much electric. You can kind of see it in the back here. We got some lights and plug-ins. I got a breaker box installed, but we don't have lights, we don't have heat. So what was I planning for this winter? So I'm gonna let you in on a couple other projects I got going on that I was planning for the winter, but got a little excited. I still, with the Nomad itself, I still wanted to get it cleaned up, go through inventory what I had so that I could make a plan on what I was missing. So I think we're all caught up on that. But what you guys don't know, and I'm not looking for sympathy, and I really don't think I'm going to get any, I think it's going to be a little funny, is I do have this garage, this building here, which is 45 by 64. It's not heated. I added on the back there. You can kind of see a garage door. I added on that this summer so that I had a place to work in the winter for heating it. And then even in the summer times, if I wanted to, I could cool it. Well, life happens, things happen, the plan changed again. We're going to talk a lot about plans today. And we ended up moving, and my wife, as lovely and as sweet as she is to me, showed me a couple houses, and she's like, look, this house has a five-car garage. So we're going to go and look at that a little bit today in the projects that I'd already started. So like I said, a lot of this today is going to be about planning. I need to plan a little bit better. I don't want to throw this together. I really don't have parts to work on it. I've started the collection of it. I have a list of what I'm looking for, what I need. And again, what do I want to do with this? So, but like I said, it superseded everything else that I was working on. So today we'll go over and take a look at a couple other projects I got going on. And then, like I said, resolve the issue that I have on the wheels so that I can start using this lift again. So after this, we're talk about the wheels. All right, so we went around and checked out some of our different rallies. I got this one to fit. It's a 15 by 7 with a 4-inch backspace. But every rally that I have, so I got 15 by 8s, I got 15 by 7s, and pretty much everything I have is a 4-inch backspace. So these were 3.5, but with all of that being said, I'll put some pictures up after this. It's still, the rear end is not centered in the car. So it's off by, like I say, when you run your finger under here with the wheels down on the ground, you still have an interference. So that's going to take some looking into. If anybody's had that issue, let me know. But in the meantime, we're talking about these other projects I got going on. So another one of those projects that I have going on here is I have a 65. It's actually a C20, but I was told, never verified anything because I really didn't care. I got a pretty good deal on it, but it's got a small block. I was told it was a 327. The truck itself, like the whole front end and everything, I mean, obviously it's got some dents in that cover there, but really not too bad a shape. Fenders are good. Doors are pretty good. And the interior has the original interior, but it starts, it runs, it drives. The big issue with this one is this rear end contraption here. So if you take a good look at this, it's got a set of Dodge, set of dual wheels, the inside set of the duals, and these very heavy axles or leaf springs, and then this big weld of on here. So typically this up here would have trailing arms on it that would go back. I knew that when I bought it. I had a long bed on here. So I was really buying it more. Not that the cab's in great shape, but it's in good shape. And I wanted a 65. So has the old 65 Chevy truck on there. The roof is all good. So again, I was mainly buying it for the cab, engine, interior, doors, fenders, hood, that type of stuff. So with that being said, in this project here, my goal was to put another bed on it, get another chassis. So I found a frame. I paid a couple $100 for it. Guy's just really wanting to get rid of it is what he told me. So I got it, and also picked up a bed that fits on this. So I'll try to slide in a picture, but they had like an 88 to 98 short or long bed on there. So you can imagine how bad the body lines lined up. And it was terrible. So again, I knew all that when I got it. So not a big deal. So my plan is to take this cab and front end and put it on another frame. So when we get home today, I'll show you what's going on there. All right, like I said, it's all about the planning, right? So this is what I had plans for this winter. I actually, like I said, we moved, and that was 4 or 5 months ago. And so a lot of things got shoved over in the garage, in the barn. Trying to sort through some of this stuff now. So this is, I guess you'd call garage number 3. It's like 16 by 30, I think. So most of this was here when I got here. Not all I mean, it was empty, but as far as the garage is being built and stuff. So I've been going through and trying to fix some stuff. But this is what I had as my first project to finish over the winter. The 65 C10. So I'll turn you around here and show you where I'm at. So on the 65 C10, like I said, I had a chassis. Honestly, yeah, it was a C20, but you guys seen in the other video what was going on there. So this frame here I picked up, it's a couple $100, but it had everything I needed. Only thing, it was a long bed. So went ahead and got it from the guy. Still got the trailing arms, plus I have some extra parts. But this is where I was at when the Nomad came up for sale. So I've already cut the frame. I did the little Z pattern in there. I got it clamped up. It needs just a little bit more fitment, and then I can weld it. I got the bed brackets, you know, like right here, out of the way. So that was the plan, was to take that engine transmission. Actually, I got a 5-speed transmission that I was going to put in it. So I was going to put this on air, do bags in the back and the front. Like I say, these are tires and wheels that came with it. So I was actually in the process of getting tires and wheels for this when the Nomad showed up. So again, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, you know, there's a lot going on, and everybody always knows, you know, if you don't plan, you either plan to fail or you fail to plan. So I had a plan, and now the plans are changing. So you can even see I started shortening the sides on the bed. Kind of got all the rust, just started cutting it all out. I made a template to fix it. So again, it was just going to be a patina truck, and you know, so I got that bedside working there, trying to understand what's going on. I have this one, and then the other side, which I guess the wheel well's in the way right now, but you know, this is basically about what they both look like. I mean, down here, it's all good. You know, I got some stuff to fix there, but around both wheel wells was pretty bad. So I kind of, you know, take measurements off one side, compare it to the other, try to come up with something in the middle. So, and then like I said, you know, I got some bumpers, but these I think are going to go on the Nomad. I got a couple 14-inch tires, so I was going to clean those wheels up, spray them and stick them on there. But that's basically what's going on in this garage. So I know, sounding pretty spoiled here, but this is my other garage, which is, I mean, they're attached. So if you go through that door right there, you're in the one I just showed you, which is, you can see it's all insulated. You can heat in there, you know, not a problem. It's got air, it's got electric. This garage here was another one, you know, I call this garage number 2. My wife has garage number 1. This is number 2, and that one's number 3, along with my barn. So this was what I had just brought over. Actually, I had to speed it up a little bit to get the Nomad in there. Was this 55 2-door post. So I'll show you around this car. So this is a 55 2-door post that I picked up maybe, I don't know, 4 years ago. I know Don's Hot Rod Garage. Before I knew Don and Don's Hot Rod Garage, I was looking for a trunk lid, and I bought that off of him. So it's kind of how I've been doing stuff is, you know, if I come across something, this one here, like again, I didn't pay a whole lot for it. It probably looks a little bit better on camera than it does in person, but it's got all the chrome. I think it was what they call a Del Rey 210. I put, you know, there's another set of rallies. Like I said, I like rallies. I think you can just put center caps, leave the rings off, and they look pretty decent. But this is just another project, again, that, you know, I moved over here to make room for the Nomad because didn't know if I'd be able to work on it. I just wanted to clean it up so I could put it away for the winter and figure out what's going on in spring. But you can see this car is actually not too bad. It has a few dents up there in the roof that somebody is messing with. It had all the original interior in it. Somebody had blasted the fenders. So you can even see, you know, these fenders are in really good shape. The hood's like nearly perfect. I had rubbed them down with some stuff right after I got them to try to keep them from rusting. But again, this is probably the worst of the fenders. And then, you know, that's the other side of the car. So I did, you know, I got the doors for it too. So the doors were put up here to, you know, again, I wiped it down. They still surface rust a little bit, but you can see the bottom of the doors are really good. I mean, there's a few little pinholes in the corners maybe. And then I think that door handle has a little dent around it. But, you know, this is the other project. So my plan for the winter was working on this 55, and, you know, to be quite honest, I'm kind of standing in the doorway, is to bounce back and forth with parts and stuff between that and that 65. And again, I thought, well, it would be a great opportunity to, you know, hone my welding skills and practice. And since this was just going to be a patina truck, and cut it down and get some of that in. And then in the meantime, when I felt good about stuff, is I really, you know, I want to do this 55 upright. And I was going to move the springs inboard. I was going to put a, you know, mini tub it. And then I already have a 5.3, and I have a 4L60E. So parts have been collecting for this. So now that I have enough parts to feel like I can put it together, the Nomad shows up. So again, I know it sounds like I am not complaining one bit. I would rather have too much work and not enough time, I guess, but time seems to be the factor. And then, like I said, this garage here, you know, it doesn't have a ceiling in it, and you know, I can get by without the ceiling, but trying to heat it or see what happens. It's Ohio, and you've seen what happened earlier when I was just wanting to wash one car. So, you know, I thought, hey, I could pull that Nomad over here and put one of these back and work on the Nomad, or I could go ahead and finish what I already started and have parts for, and, you know, get this underway. So I think I really just kind of want to maybe, you know, get the Nomad to be a roller. I was going to show you a little bit on the inside. Get that Nomad to be a roller, get it cleaned up, and get going on these. So I'm just looking for my flashlight. But again, like I said, most of the parts, this does need a floor. And on it, I had the floor. I was just getting ready to order it. And there is a, you know, that down there looks pretty bad. Somebody put some lower quarters on it. But I think it was an all black, on black car. You can see, you know, the black there. Pretty decent interior. I got the steering column over in the other garage, but, you know, no Bel Air, nothing special. Just the Del Rey version with lots of parts. So that's where we're at. That's what I've been debating about, is figuring out where I need to go and what I need to do. So hopefully over Thanksgiving, you know, we can make a decision and, you know, really start to get in on one of them. And it's probably going to be a toss-up. And like I said, I think it was a solid black car because it doesn't have that paint divider down here. So we'll see. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Let me know your comments below and subscribe so you can keep up with what's going on in here. Have a great Thanksgiving. See you guys after that.